I think I just found the fattest seal in my life. Look at that butt. Do the walk, do the walk, do the walk, do the walk.
A really fat seagull.
Just filming. I'm just filming and look. Guys, this is what you do when you're a cool kid in town. You have yacht parties with your friends and you just cruise side by side. Maybe that's what we're gonna do one of the next. God, what the hell, Mr. Seagull? What are you doing in the way? Alright, back to the story. That's what we're gonna do. YouTube. What am I trying to say right now? YouTube Community Meetup 2021? Question mark? No, probably 2022. I need a little bit of time for this. Hey guys, and welcome back. Happy Monday, everyone. I hope you like that little bit of an intro reel. I'm gonna be making my intros a little bit shorter because I want to come out with more content or quicker content for you guys. And to do that, especially around like tickers that are really important, and to do that, I want to kind of reduce my intros a little bit and put more stuff on Instagram. So if you are following me over there, you'll see a little bit more content, or I'm trying really hard to get more content out there. And if you're not following me, check out Mr. Alex Winkler. That's my Instagram. You can also find my information in the video description below. Yeah, so let's keep into it. Let's go here because, you know, September was a pretty good month, and I was just kind of going through the stats, and I wanted to kind of make this video before it got a little bit too late, and I was just kind of looking through things. These are my August stats, and wait, no, these are my September stats. And so this is for basically the last month. This is the month we're recapping right now. And, you know, just comparing it to how August went, I was actually kind of surprised. Like, there's a few things that are very different that happened. So, for example, and did I actually open this already? I think I opened it over here. Yeah, okay. So, actually, before we go into the examples, let me quickly just recap how September went. So our average position size, this was my goal, to get it over $3,000. And now my goal is to kind of get it over $5,000 for October. We had 144 trades, so a little bit less trades. Our net profit here was 4.5 thousand, so kind of a nice over 100% of our average position size. So I want to keep that growing. We've had, you know, over 200% before, but anything over 100% of average position size I find is quite nice. Biggest winner is bigger than the biggest losers. That's nice. And average win is much nicer than the average loss, kind of like a, you know, 1.7 to 2.3 ratio. That's good. You always want to, I would like to see, you know, anything above 1 to 1.5. We're kind of close. I don't know. We're not really close there, but that's kind of what I'd be looking for. Total winners is really nice in September, 72%, a few scratches, and that's really good stats overall. I'm pretty happy for what we're seeing here. You can see my total winnings were 6,900 and 2,300 is what I lost, and that was my average. Obviously, since we're using TD Ameritrade, we don't have any major losers. Before I talk about patterns and some of the kind of key trends I find, I want to quickly update what we're seeing right now in October. So we're on October 12th right now. We're beginning our kind of second full week here, and you can see my average wins and my average losses. I got a little bit worse here. Here was 1.78, and now it's at negative 2.14. So I've been a little bit sloppier in October. I've been taking a little bit bigger risk. You can see my average position size is at 3,100, and really it was a few trades I went like over 5,000 and even to the 7,000s, and that's where I had some bigger losses. And I was just kind of like mentally getting faked out, right? I would hold and I'd be down 1% and I'd be like, too big position size, you know, I'm already down, and then I would close it and then it end up, you know, shooting up. So growing is, you know, it's nice because you could obviously make more money once you are, you know, really tuned into your stats, and we've been very consistent on our stats overall, but you can, you know, it just psychs you out a little bit more. It becomes a bit more of a mental game. My average win hasn't really changed at all, so that's a really kind of good sign for this is obviously the October stats right here, beginning of October. And you can see just my total winners. I just like overall I'm a little bit sloppier. My losses, the average, are bigger, and my total winners are a little bit less. But my largest win so far has been a little bit higher, which is really nice percentage-wise. Actually, no, that's not true. Yeah. Okay. So let's see if there's anything here else I wanted to talk about. No, not really. this is what I actually found really interesting. So first we're going to talk a little bit about day trading, and then I'll go right into the swing trades, because that was a really big part. So I noticed that here my dip buying is basically when a stock is below the 9 EMA. And we're trending below VWAP and everything's selling off, right? I'm going to be buying dips and I'm going to be selling on the retest of the 9 EMA. Maybe we could show a quick example of something like that. This is an example. So here I would be buying this dip and I'd be selling on the move back to the 9 EMA. Here I'm buying this dip and I'm going to be selling on the move back to the 9 EMA. I don't know if I could zoom in anymore, but sorry if that's a little hard to see. But yeah, that's dip buying. This is one of my go-to strategies, but I was like, wait, yes, last month I only made $434 on my like bread and butter strategy. That's really weird. And that's because in September, it was kind of the beginning of the shift of the small cap season, the small cap lull. So that was a really, really big part. And we'll kind of go through my post a little bit here. I was kind of post some of the bigger updates. But here, summer small cap lull was getting over, and like the dip buying was really, really good in July and August. But when in like mid-September, we started seeing a bit more volume coming back into the markets, that's when it would have been better to get more aggressive on, buying, breakouts or pullbacks and stuff. And that's actually why I noticed here that, and this is the strategy I usually use, bigger position size. So this one should have been much more. If you'll notice, pullbacks, which are kind of the more aggressive strategy, and I use less position size. Here I only use $2,500 average position size. I actually made more money even though I used less smaller size. And that's because that's really the market was shifting, and that's really, really important. That's actually something I talk about in the main takeaways here is, what you trade the market you're in, not really the one you want to be in. And even though I'm more of a dip trader, understanding that the market was getting more aggressive again, especially in the small caps, I got more aggressive, right? And that's really what I was doing here. Setup. Yeah, I spelled that wrong. So when dip trades were not hot, my pullbacks really, really ended up being much better. And that's the opposite of August. So it's all about just kind of acknowledging that there's nothing wrong with the changing market. You just, start tweaking your trading strategy a little bit. And that's really, really what I did here. And that's why even though I traded with smaller size, I was able to make more money on this one. Win ratio was okay here. You can see actually my win ratio on the dip buying was actually much better than buying those kind of more aggressive pullbacks. And here's an example maybe of a pullback. Yeah, so we're above VWAP, we're above the 90 EMA, we're breaking out higher. I'm buying the pullbacks and I'm selling into ideally the breakout. Obviously this was a weak breakout, but I was still able to take some profits here. So that's the difference between a pullback and a dip buy, right? The dip buy, we're kind of on a downward trending stock, and the pullback to me is an upwards trending stock. Now you could use these terms very loosely, and everyone might refer to them differently. That's just a quick little description of how I use them. So yeah, the pullbacks are getting more aggressive. Buying breakouts is getting more aggressive. But then I was like, hold on, this is only like $2,500 in kind of profits here. Where is the kind of other amount coming from this 4,500 total? I mean, we're missing $2,000. And that's when I was like, oh man, support line bounces is my swing trade strategy. And a lot of my profits came from swing trading last month. We were having a lot of large caps selling off and then huge bounces. You guys will probably remember the Tesla bounce. Right here. So this is one of those kind of classic setups. Let me see if I could zoom this in a little bit more. Yeah, this is when Tesla was falling off a cliff, literally. We went from 538 all the way down here, breaking 350, right? And when we were getting into this 350 zone, I did one small bounce here, and then I was accumulating here below 350, and then I sold as we were getting back above 355. Really, you can kind of see this whole move here. So this is, to me, one of those kind of classic support line bounces is when there's, on the long term, actually, let me go back up here. On the long term, there's huge support, and that's a little harder to see, but basically if you zoomed out on Tesla here much further, you'd identify that 350 is one of those zones that took a long time to break out of. So when you retest those zones for the first time, those can be very, very profitable. So let me actually talk a little bit more about the swing trading, because swing trading has been pretty hot lately, and that's how we were able to grow our account a little bit extra last month, which is really, really sweet. If we go here to the main takeaways, trades worth mentioning. DKNG, this was a really classic swing trade that we did last month. You guys probably remember it. DraftKings, right? Let me just open this one. Actually, you know what? It's already open. So this was one of our biggest winners, right? It was our biggest dollar and biggest percentage winner. So let me just go down here and open the chart here a little bit. You can see this ticker was, you know, right here, 40 was big support and then became resistance. Right here, we broke through the resistance. We had a pullback, retested this area, but eventually we kind of got stuck. And once we finally were not able to hold our highs above this zone, we dipped off, and 40 kind of became the new resistance level. You could see we try to test it here. You could see we try to break through it here. You can see again that this area was a fake out right here. And then eventually we did break above it with decent buy volume and then light sell volume. We had, this is a 4-hour chart, by the way. And then we were kind of coming back here. And then this is when I realized, guys, this is a big breakout zone right here with the volume that we're seeing. Everything is looking really good. Let me go ahead and have an entry here. And DKNG had some really nice catalysts as well, like the Michael Jordan is on the board and whatnot. Good partnerships, yada yada. And yeah, that's why we entered this trade. And this was actually an accidental sell and accidental buy. It all happened like right here. It's kind of ridiculous. And then yeah, I wanted to ride this into 50s. We had a big break of 50, and then I sold on the break of 50. This actually ended up going to like the 58s or something like that. And I think it's even higher now, but kind of just goes to show that, you know, you want to be looking for these momentums. You want to be looking for these kind of good supports, zones, and then, you know, just accumulate in those areas, just like, you know, Tesla or DraftKings, which are kind of different place, right? But we're buying around support. It's just really important. And if you guys want to kind of see a lot more examples in real time, I actually found this video from a year ago, day trading versus swing trading, how to determine when to swing trade. I'll actually post this somewhere below. Let me just write this down right around 11 minutes, and I'll make sure to link this video above, somewhere up here in the top right. But really kind of you know, how like, what do I want to be day trading these things, or do I want to be swing trading these? And I kind of go into a little bit more of what I'm looking for. So if you're curious on kind of how to tell the difference, definitely check out that video. So that was one of our kind of larger winners last month. And then here's a few of our kind of larger losers. And this is actually really kind of depressing. And since the volume came back and the dip trades weren't working as good anymore, I really started kind of getting us a little sloppy on these dip trades. So here's an example of one of the lead gappers. We had a nice breakout here, and we were pulling back to key support here at 2.6. I ended up buying, but then I kind of got, you know, faked out or like shaken out because I was using bigger position size. We were seeing really big sell-offs and then really strong breakouts. So it was harder to get the bottoms. But this was one of those moves where if I just stuck to my gut a little bit more, you know, we could have had a phenomenal trade here. But it was just, I bought a little bit too early with big size, and then I was kind of, you know, shaking myself out. It was a little bit annoying when you sell, you take a loss, and this actually ended up being one of my biggest losers, you know, right before a really nice move to the upside. So this was my biggest dollar loser last month, and then my biggest percent loser, this was TSRI. This was kind of annoying. This was a pullback stock, and this, you know, tickers like these, not really tickers like these, but moments like this, pre-market trading, you want to be extra careful. And buying dips, buying pullbacks, buying breakouts, no matter what you're doing, you want to be extra careful. And with TSRI, I bought this pullback back to VWAP, and then this thing sold off so aggressively. So what I did right on this ticker is I used small position size under $2,000 because I was pre-market trading, and I'm always trading lighter size pre-market. I know this is a lot of information, but I'm trying to get it all out there. Don't forget to leave any comments below, guys, if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them. And then, you know, I kind of got just, it was such a quick mover that I was caught in this flush, and then I was just like, oh, I got to get out of this ticker. And I eventually just got out here on the quick, you know, green candle, moved back to the upside. But, you know, pre-market trading, it's a really easy way to kind of ruin your whole trading day if you use big size. Because if I went, you know, $5,000 to $7,000 in this trade, ooh, that 8% would have killed me. I would have been down. I would have been stopped out for the day. So I have a rule where if I'm down 10% on the day, I cut myself off. 10% of my average position size. And in September, right, my average position size right here is $3,000. So if I'm down $300, because my average position size is $3,000 and 10% of 3,000 is $300. So if I'm down $300 on the day, I'm done with trading, because I could easily make back $300 the next day. But if I start getting back, if I get, lower 20, 30, 40% of my average position size, then all of a sudden, like, that's a big hole I just put myself in. So if I do hit that 10% area is when I'm stopping out for the day. Yeah, really, really important there. And that's why, pre-market, I love trading pre-market because I really get the feel for the overall market. But if I use big position size, it's just too risky, and I don't want to ruin the whole trading day. So, if I can build a little bit of a cushion and, take a few base hits here and, be up 1, 2, 3, 400% pre-market, or not percent, dollars pre-market, then I can, get bigger size, I can get more aggressive, I could be a bit more confident, and then we could start having those $1,000 days. But, if I notice I'm already on the wrong side of the day pre-market, better to stop, wait for the market open, and then see if maybe I can, get back on track. So pre-market trading, I like it because I can use it to gauge a lot. I can think about, how do I want to, am I in the groove? Am I not in the groove? Do I have a finger on the pulse on this ticker? Do I not? And then I can, adjust my trading. But those first trades, you don't want to mess up the rest of your day. So make sure to use light position size right out of the gates. Back to the swing trades a little bit. You just got to watch out. Some of these swing trades have been very, very aggressive. I remember AIM, I was thinking that actually this isn't it. AIM. No, it was AMC, I think it was. Hold on, is this ticker there? No, it's not. Yeah, so I remember trading one of the, actually that was maybe this month, but we had a stronger pullback on one of these tickers. I think it was AMC, and I was day trading, and I was thinking it's a large cap, but all of a sudden it started selling off, and it was selling off so aggressively that it really kind of caught me on the wrong side of the trade. Let me see if it was VXRT, maybe it was an example. No, but this is kind of an example with dip trading. You want to be really, really careful with these. If you think there's some big support, but you're not getting that pop back to the upside, you want to take your profits very, very quickly on dip trades. And, it's just so easy to get on the wrong side of a lot of these tickers. So just be very, very careful with the dip trading. I've been getting kind of skunked a lot lately, and that's why with the dip trading, you can really kind of identify that my right here, my net profit was kind of embarrassing, even though my total winners were actually more. It was just, I was taking these, big losses again and again and again, and that's really what caught me a lot. So with swing trading, it's quite nice because you can start averaging down a little bit. But with day trading, typically averaging down is a failing strategy because your thesis is wrong. With swing trading, you have a little bit more wiggle room, you have bigger time frames, and you can kind of use those big support areas as pivot zones. And if it goes a little bit below that, you can average down. And ideally, as long as your overall thesis is still right, you're going to be in the money. That's pretty nice. Let me actually close these. Before we wrap up here, and don't forget to drop a like, guys, if you're learning something. I really, really do appreciate any likes, and it's the easiest way to support this channel. So, okay, quick major events here. First of all, in early September, we arrived in Portugal, right? September 7th was Labor Day. This was off, no trading that day. September 23rd was the big SPI runner. You guys probably remember this ticker. That was pretty insane. Actually, if we just go to Finviz, let me just pull it up for quick reference so you guys don't have to. SPI was the slammer, right? But we've been seeing a lot of stocks being like, is this the new SPI? So if you guys aren't aware of why people are saying that, in late September, I think what did I say actually? September 23rd, this is the big SPI run. It went from, I don't know, like $1 or $2 all the way to 48 or something like that. It's literally off the chart right here. It's kind of crazy. What else do we have here? Oh yeah, September 28th, we hit 10,000 subs, guys. Again, big thank you to that. There is a list of 10 things I want to do before 2020. And that's, obviously reach $10,000 position size. You can see, right this month we're at 3,000. I want to get to 5,000 on average this month, and then, keep going from there. Let me close these so I don't get mixed up. I want to do a give back program, support some local projects and some other things. Yeah, more coming out for all these things. Top YouTube donators, that's going to be listed on Trade Journal at one point. Yeah, Trade Journal, trades and watch list. That's actually a big thing that I'm working on, and we're getting that a little bit cleaner. So there's going to be a portfolio page so you guys can see all my recent posts, my recent trades, so you guys get all the watch list and all that fun stuff. I think that's going to be really important. And then in the future, you guys are going to be able to see this whole entire portfolio, my $25,000 challenge portfolio. And that way you guys are going to be able to go through all these stats yourselves. And I think that's going to be really helpful to the community. So I want to really focus a lot more on like, what can I else do for the community? Yeah, I want to get 3 channel sponsors, which we actually do have 2 sponsors right now. I've been in contact with both of them personally, and big thank you to our 2 sponsors. We got Webull Broker with the 2 free stocks, and then we have Yoda Savings Bank. I'll talk a little bit more about this one. Really cool bank. You've probably heard him popping up on YouTube a little bit more. And then what else do we have? More community interaction. I'm trying. There's a few things on the stream I've been adding to kind of, pop up when a subscriber comes or something like that. There's a few more ideas I have. More swing trade videos. That was another idea you guys had, you wanted me to see. So I'm going to be implementing more of that. So there's 2 more. Oh, I said community ideal 1 and 2. Basically, I'm looking for 2 more community ideas of what you guys want me to add before 2020. But these are the ideas that kind of popped up so far. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Besides, main takeaways that I didn't really go over. Pre-market, guys, base hits always. I guess I did kind of go over this one. This is a comment from last month as well, but guys, it's old, but it's gold. I mean, this is really base hits pre-market. I couldn't be, I don't know, it's really so important. Again, trade the market that you're in. And yeah, if you guys want to check out any more of this stuff, or if you want to join us on the streams, you want to learn more about how to trade, check out our streams. We go live every morning at 9:15 a.m. to review the watch list and then trade the market open. And you could check out more on the foundation video series here, or if you go to /community. No, that's not true. It's the first link under the video description below, /connect. You guys can learn about everything that we do each and every single day. Let me zoom out here a little bit. We have the foundation video series. We have the slides checklist here. We have the sponsors. We have the community, the Discord group, the Facebook group, trade journal goodies, bunch of more courses and whatnot, which are all free on Skillshare, free to sign up to for 2 months. All right, guys, I think that's everything for this video, guys. Again, I really appreciate all the support. Don't forget to drop a like if you haven't done so already. Consider subscribing if you're new. I'd love to see you join the community. And yeah, guys, I will see you for the market open today, which is like in 2-3 hours. Pre-market's going to start. I'll see you guys then. Ciao, guys.